Okay, hi. It's me, Liam, a house guest on Big BBD All Stars, and I'm recording my first voice DR. I would do a video DR, but my Wi-Fi's pretty shit at the moment, and it takes like hours to upload with my Wi-Fi, being in New Zealand and all. So I thought I'd just do one of these ones since it's nice and easy and quick, just to hear my thoughts on basically everything that's happened. So I'm going to start with recapping the whole cast and where I'm at with my relationships with them. I'm just going to go in alphabetical order. I've got dinner soon, so it got to be quick. So Amelia, she's my number one at this point. Even though I know she's good with Ryan, she's just basically she told me everything, and I really want to work with her. I feel really comfortable and confident with her, especially because she's going to be seen as more of she's kind of like a shield for me because she's a lot more threatening than I am and probably a lot more Big Brother savvy considering she actually watches the show and I don't. So she's got the knowledge there too, and sometimes she can be a little cracked, but I think that we bounce ideas off each other really well, and like I want to move forward with her, especially considering if she gets evicted at some point and I'm on the block next to her and like she goes home, then I have the perfect spot to bounce back and just like flick on the social switch and be like, okay, I'm a lone agent now. I need allies. So yeah, that's definitely something I'm keeping at the back of my mind. If I have to evict her, I have no problem evicting her, which is like the same with any of these people here. But yeah, I think we're in a good spot, and I really want to continue working with her. Next, Axel. That's tricky. I'm not going to try. I'm trying to really be logical and not get blinded by my desire to get Axel out. But I've heard some things. He's really good with Gly, and I want Gly to be my ally, but he's not going to be until Axel leaves. So yeah. So ideally, I'd like Axel out pre-jury. I'll put a mark next to the people who I want out pre-jury. Yeah. So I want him gone in a couple weeks before he takes a shot at me, which I know he probably will. He reached out, which was really nice of him. But like we're never going to be allies. We're never going to work together in any sort of way that's going to make sense for both of us. I won't rule it out just yet, but our personalities just don't really mesh. But I've kind of been coming on to the season knowing that he'd most likely be on it, so try and prepare for it. So yeah, not much else to say there apart from I would like him gone as soon as possible, but it needs to be in the interest of other people and not just me because I don't want to come across as selfish. Blake, I feel really good about Blake. I'm sure he probably has other relationships and stuff, but I felt like we've sort of bounced from small talk to kind of in like a good friendship zone. I think he's got definitely other allies and alliances because he is a social guy, but I think that's kind of good for me. If I'm seen as linked with Amelia and Ryan, he's the sort of person that can bring me back information based on his social connections. But yeah, I'm sure he's in other alliances that he hasn't told me about, but hopefully as the game goes on, maybe he could move to be my number one. I'm not really sure. I'm feeling really good about him though, and I'm happy with where our relationship's at. Celeste, I'm also feeling really good about because, she wasn't really active at the start with some people, but she actually kind of tried with me. I don't know what she's saying about me in her video DRs. Could be the complete opposite. But yeah, I think we've had some good, funny conversations, but also some good game talk. I think she's definitely someone that I want to work with moving forward, and she's also really good at comps. So I absolutely know that if she needs to win a comp to save me or save herself, then she will. But yeah, I feel really good with her. People wanted her out week one, like Larry and Celeste as noms, but then obviously Amelia had other plans. But yeah, I think she's going really good, and especially when I'm talking to some other people, she's got some vendettas, especially with sex, that I can hide behind, and I think that that's sort of how I want to play the game this time, is just hiding behind different conflicts and then picking a side when it comes to eviction. But yeah, Celeste is someone to watch out for, but I think she's good with me for the meantime, where some other people I think are isolating her because they think she doesn't talk enough. Delara, that's a tricky one because I think she's absolutely very fake in terms of her interest in working together or whatever. I think she's just very, she's really claiming, like, praising the skinny club loyalty and stuff, but I know that she's with JP and what he's doing by association. They're in multiple alliances, so, I believe the Amelia Ryan, Delara, JP alliance, like, they have no reason to really lie about that. I mean, they could, but I'm already with them, so maybe that is a lie, now that I think about it. But, yeah, and then Robin told Delara and that told Amelia about Delara and JP. So I think my status on Delara is she's definitely more of a shield, less of a shield, and JP is a shield for her. Now the second time playing, which you wouldn't think considering their first outing, but yeah, she always says like, "Hey babe, I love you so much" and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, like that's cool, but like that's not going to get you very far in terms of that. And I'm excited to see if she has any conflicts or blow-ups, because that's definitely something that I can hide behind and use to my advantage. Gly, I'm alright with Gly. I came in thinking that like we'd be really, really good, but obviously he's chosen Axel over me, which is fine, which is kind of like reason for trying to get Axel out. But yeah, I want to work with Gly, but at the same time, I'm kind of just like, what's like my... Yeah, I don't really know where we stand. He did give me a little bit of information, which I'll go over later, but he kind of... Yeah, I'm not feeling great vibes from him. I think he wants to...
About 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm just recording something, so...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so I'm not feeling like 100% with him there. But, I think there's definitely potential for a working relationship. He's definitely not number one on my trust rankings, that's for sure. Not much else to say, but I built a VC with us, so hopefully we can talk on that more. And I think there's some... I haven't really talked to him a lot outside of the game prior to All-Stars starting, because I've been busy and stuff. But, yeah, we'll see where that goes. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. So then we have JP, who I'm going to put a little P mark next to, because I want him out pre-jury. He's playing hard because he's playing with a motive, because he doesn't want to be seen as a GOAT. Like he did in Season 2, he didn't think he played hard enough. But people are onto it, and people see it, and that's interesting. I literally, just as I'm recording this, yeah, so she got some information there. Yeah, so moving forward, yeah, JP, I want him out. He's very dangerous. Everyone says he can't win a comp, but I think he can. He's good socially. He's kind of just like an all-rounded player that I don't want in my in-game plans. He's a good guy. I'm friends with him, but that doesn't affect that yeah, I'm just kind of a bit on the fence there. Joey, I'm also going to put a little P mark next to. I kind of want Joey out pre-jury. He said we final 2 and all that, but I don't know. I'm actually indifferent. I don't know. I think I'd ideally like to voice chat with him at some point. I don't know if he does that, but just to see where his head is at, and just to hopefully, because I'd love to go to final 2 with Joey, because as the game goes on, I think he's definitely someone that I could string along. But he's also kind of social, but at the same time he's kind of inactive, so like people don't really feel inclined to keep him. But yeah, Joey, I don't know. It's a big question mark there. A lot of these people are question marks. Yeah, we get along great. He thinks I'm gay, which is funny. But yeah, I don't really know where our relationship stands in the grand scheme of things. But I think he's alone. He's definitely playing hard with like asking me straight up, like, who are the alliances, who are the sides, and that stuff that I just don't feel comfortable sharing with him just yet, because we've only kind of just met. Kevin P for pre-jury, ideally going out this eviction. Yeah, I'm not feeling great with him. He's really nice. He's really trusting. And if Amelia didn't want him out, I'd absolutely want to work with him. But he's very social, and I think he's got other priorities in terms of bonds than with me. So yeah, not much else to say. I'm hoping he leaves this week. If he doesn't, then it's not the worst case scenario, because I could try and get him elsewhere. But yeah. Larry, I'm going to put a P next to. I'd like to see Larry leave pre-jury, because we don't really have much of a relationship. He won before, but he's really flopping here. He's inactive as fuck. So hopefully if I do end up using veto on him, he'll become indebted to me. But yeah, I'm kind of just like, what's going on with him? He's nice, he's cool. I hated the King Larry stuff. He asked if that should return this season. I'm like, hell no. But yeah, I think he's definitely a shield. If he becomes active, he's the shield I need. Like lots of the winners are. But yeah, he's someone to look out for. If he could, I think it's 50-50 if he goes this week, unless I use veto on him. Marina, I feel good about Marina in terms of our relationship, but in the grand scheme of things, it seems that she's more loyal to other people, which is okay. She comes in a package deal with Robin, which I think Robin's going to work with until it doesn't suit him, because I think, if I recall correctly, Marina was the one who cut Robin at Final 3 in this season. Marina, yeah, she's good. I think we get along great. I'd like to get into more game talk with her because she's kind of a bit wishy-washy with all her emotes and stuff that she sends. But yeah, I try not to be too confident because I don't want to sound like an idiot on Voice DR, where like the hosts are like cackling about how off my reads are. But yeah, Marina, I'm kind of just like question mark. That I have something to say about her that I'll touch on with Robin. Ryan. How many pre-juries do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have one left. Okay, I'm going to cancel out the Joey pre-jury and give it to Ryan and give one to B. Yeah, so who am I to? Ryan, huge shield. We're getting along great. Like I think he's absolutely working with me. He's probably told a few white lies, like I said to Amelia. He's really trying to get me against Axel. He's trying to like save himself basically, and I think he has no problem putting me up or evicting me if it suits him. But yeah, I'm feeling good with him at the moment. I think he really trusts us, me and Amelia, and I think that, you know, by association, that's great. But I also don't want to be associated with him, which it looks like I am at the moment. So I might have to start distancing myself. But I think he'd be a great final pre-jury member, like someone to take out that's won a couple HOHs and vetoes, but then when he loses, he's vulnerable and it's time to take him out. Because I don't want to go all the way with him. Yeah, next is Robin. Now I have a little P for Robin because it's for both him and Marina. I think one of them out pre-jury is great because moving into jury, it's so dangerous to have all these pairs intact, which is why I want Axel out so I can work with Glide, JP out so Dalara's free, and one of Robin and Marina out. But I'm not sure which one because I feel kind of good with both of them. But Robin didn't tell me about his alliance with JP and Dalara, but told it to Amelia, so I'm not actually sure if it exists. But yeah, if that does, it's just a little concerning there. He's a really nice guy. I think we had some good chats about, especially about stuff that he's into, and I want to make him feel like I'm into that sort of stuff as well. And it was interesting stuff too. So yeah, I'm gonna see where that goes. But ideally, one of them pre-jury, so I can work with the other one and steal their ally. 6, I don't want her pre-jury at all. I really want to work with her, but I can't work with her when she's got these other relationships with Vlyn and Kevin and all that. So yeah, it's very interesting to see there. I really like her. We get along great. Our VCs are always funny. Like she's a real good friend and a good person. But you know, she's wanting to play the game, and I cannot fault her for that. I definitely think her "I'm all alone" thing is completely fake and it's bullshit because that's not what I've been hearing from other people. But yeah, she's playing the game, and good for her. She's social, so she could. But I actually think she's not going to have any hesitation to turn on people this time, based on how she went out last season. So yeah, I think she's someone to watch out for. I want to see her in my in-game plan, but obviously not next to her because she will win. But yeah, that is my opinions on her. Last but not least is Vlyn. I'm good with Vlyn because he really said that we're a pair and like want to work together and stuff and all that. But Vlyn's playing hard and he's definitely got the right tools to make it to the end. I don't want him out pre-jury, but you know, he can win a comp and he's really amazing socially. Got a great relationship with a couple of people. We've got lots of people wanting to work with him. So I think he's doing really well. I think he's got the potential there. So it's kind of like dangerous, but if he is with me like he says he is, he's trying to tell me that he's not friends with Kevin, but I doubt that. Like, I'm going to ask if maybe we can get a VC just so I can sort of pry it out of him and be like, Vlyn, just tell me, do you want to keep Kevin? So yeah, that's where my head is at with him. He's also worried about Ryan coming after him, which is completely valid because Ryan is coming out for him, which is funny, because Ryan's kind of digging his own grave with bearing these relationships. But yeah, Vlyn is someone I want to go far with, but not necessarily someone I want to work with, but not necessarily go very far with. Okay, so that's everyone. I can't be bothered doing a trust ranking at this point. Recap the week. So Amelia won I've got a little list of notes. Amelia won HOH. which is great. Someone that I know that I'm not going to be nominated, so I'm moving forward to the next week already. Yeah, so Amelia won. Initially, everyone kind of thought it was going to be two inactors, but she was coming after Kevin, who I don't really know where this lie about Kevin targeting her came from or whether she created it. I might have even said it. I don't really remember. But Kevin, yeah, so she put up Kevin and Larry for inactivity, and now it's kind of looking like the votes might flip onto sending Larry home, which I really think I can get him indebted to me if I use it on him. Yeah, so what's his face? Kevin's really putting in the hard work, I think, with some of the social relationships he knows that will keep him. But yeah, so Amelia's a little on edge about that. If I use the veto on Larry to keep him, JP will most likely go up, which will fracture Skinny. It has enough reasoning, but it will fracture Skinny, and yeah, which is dangerous, especially this early. Yeah, so recap, in terms of recapping the week, Amelia, HOH, those two noms, I have the power to change one of them essentially, because I know where it will go, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it yet, which I'll go over in a bit. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting week for sure, either resulting in Kevin or Larry going home, and ideally I'd like Kevin to go home. Alliances and loyalty I've got next here, so I'm in 5 alliances, which I don't think is in as many as I was in season 2, I think. So I have Skinny Cult, which I actually intend on staying loyal to for the first few weeks, and I want people, like with Axel and JP, I'm not going to gun for them and Ryan, but I would like someone else to take those shots. Who have we got? Yeah. So that alliance, that's probably out of scale of 10 in terms of loyalty. I'm going to give that one, probably, for pre-jury, I'm going to give it a 7. Pre-jury is 7. Yeah, so I feel okay with that. Next one is St. Lucia Boys. I'm really not feeling super good about that. Because it's really awkward in there, and I think that's really just a thing about Gly's social game. It's just really awkward, and like I'm really good with Blake and Gly individually, but in that alliance it's just not working, and I think that Gly is trying too hard to force something to happen which isn't going to happen. So I'm going to give that like a 5, because I still want to work with both of them, but I don't think that's actually like a real deal. Coop's Troops, which is a season 2 alliance, I have about a 2 out of 10 in terms of loyalty there. I don't want to target them, but, you know, I've told basically everyone about that Season 2 alliance, which is why I think JP's weaponized it against Amelia, just now that she's just told me. So, yeah, I know about that alliance, and I'm kind of just like, very interesting there, like, that people know about it, that I haven't told, or that they've told JP, which is what's made him tell Amelia. Yeah, so I'm not really loyal to that. I really like Larry. I like them all individually, but that's not my main alliance, and there's barely been any messages in it, and it's a bit awkward because I think JP and Delara want Kevin to stay, and Larry's in that chat, and he's like, apparently people are pushing me to go, and then I'm like, oh, what are your thoughts, JP and Delara, when I know that they might be going for that. Slater Stands is about a 6 out of 10, I'd say. I really love Amelia, and I love Six. I know Six is probably playing her own game, which bumps the loyalty down. She didn't really give me and Amelia much information, but we gave her heaps, which is what the problem is. I think it's like an alliance, an information malfunction, where we give, but we don't get. So that's definitely something to be watching out for. I think Six is great, love her, and I would love for that alliance to work. But right now it's about a 6, and hopefully once Kevin goes, or Vlyn leaves or something, that bumps up to becoming a priority alliance. Next is Black Plague, which is my favorite alliance. I'm going to give my loyalty to that a 9 out of 10, because I fucking love that alliance. I love all 3 people. I really just don't want to sound too confident about that, because Blake and Celeste obviously could have their own things going on. But it's just such an unexpected group that like no one would see us 4 working together. And it's just really fun, and it's just really funky, and it's just cool. I think people are probably going to be worrying about me and Amelia and Ryan, which I think could stem from that. I think that information could have been leaked from that alliance, maybe. That alliance as a whole. But yeah, I really love it. They're really funny. Like I think Celeste kind of is more natural there and lets it off instead of being so serious sometimes. And she's just really great. And Blake is really great. And I'm really great. And Amelia's really great. And it's all fun. And I just want to. Hopefully, we could get even a VC going and just see where that goes, which would be great. But yeah, that's where my majority alliance loyalty lies there. And I'm also going to give my last one, which is just called Ryan, Amelia, Ryan, Liam. I'm just going to give that a 9 as well, just for the fact that I don't think either of them are targeting me, and I'm not targeting them. But yeah, and I have one final two with Joey, and another one with Amelia once Ryan leaves. So yeah, I'm a bit weird with Joey's one. I'm going to give that like a 5 out of 10 because I think he's probably giving it to other people. And Amelia's, I'm going to give a 10 out of 10 because I think she knows she wins sitting next to me too. So why would you not want to work with someone that wins? But definitely take her out later down the line. Veto win. I won the first veto, which is crazy. I didn't think I would, but I did. And I think that proves, I knew what each of them were quite quickly. It was just about getting them in like the right order, and I was a bit confused by Kevin's one. Yeah, I'm really happy about that. It gives me a lot of power, especially in the first week, but I'd love some information from people and some like solid concrete stuff about should I use it or not. But everyone's like, oh, I don't know, like maybe you should just keep noms the same who are wanting to save Kevin. So yeah, it's kind of like I'm unsure whether it was a good thing for my game or a bad thing to win it, but at least it stops Kevin from winning his veto, which he accused me of saying like why he thinks that I won it. This eviction I have next is crazy because I really want Kevin to go, but everyone's like kind of rising up against that. The people I think that are going to keep Kevin are... Where's my channels? I think 6. Dad, I'm still recording. Yeah. God, he's annoying. I think 6 will keep him. Joey, no. Delara, JP, Robin, Marina, Vlyn. That's only 6, so maybe they could get Joey. I don't know. And maybe even Gly if they know that's where the majority's going. Yeah, so that's not entirely great, but we love a good split house in the first eviction. All I know is I don't want to vote in minority. Like, if the votes to evict Kevin are there, then I'm going to vote to evict the person sitting next to Kevin and keep Kevin. I will do it. Like, I have no problem doing that, but it's just a bit confusing. Yeah, so I want Kevin to go. My internal conflict is kind of just like I just want to be set up in the best spot moving forward, and I'm not sure what that is in terms of how to go about this eviction, like what's things to say to certain people. And I don't want to push too hard for Kevin, but also I don't want to not push hard enough. So yeah, that's interesting. The next thing is I have 2 bits of tea that I want to cover. The first one is JP and getting into all these alliances. I think it's very interesting. Like I touched on before in his write-up, he is really playing hard because he was a GOAT in our season, and I know the way he plays, and he's good socially. Like he's one of those all-rounded, like all Canadian, I guess in this case, but like just one of those typical guys who's good socially, goes to parties, does this sport, is kind of smart. He's got everything going on that would result in a good social player. He's kind of just the typical outline, the typical mold of a good social player. So I'm definitely wary of that. He's gone to all these alliances, and he told Six that he wants to work with her. He's gone to alliance with Robin, Marina separately, me, Larry separately. What's his face? Amelia and Ryan. Him and Delara are working as a pair, and that's dangerous. I'd rather him out than Delara at this point. So I think Delara's probably sitting happy, knowing that he's going to go out before her. But he's playing very, very hard. He's coming with a vengeance, and I admire that. But at the same time, I don't think he's actively targeting me, because I think we've got a good relationship, but I do not want to let him get far as the numbers crunch down. Second one was Gly on our VC, where he told me 2 things. He told me the first that when I asked if we should make an alliance of me, him, Marina, and Robin, he was like, no, because it'll get back to Celeste. And I was like, damn, okay, like, that's crazy. I mean, it'll get back to... Fuck, why did I say that? Get back to Vlyn. I'm tired, okay? Because they're really great with Vlyn. And yeah, so I was kind of like a bit like, oop. And yeah, so that was interesting to know that they're really close with Vlyn, like really locked in. So the season 3 is a really, really good that I wrote down on my little document I've got. They're really close, which is really, really interesting to know as a block of 4, especially led by Vlyn. Second thing was, he said people are starting to realize that I'm with Amelia and Ryan. And I asked if that was skinnies, because I think some of the skinnies know that. And he was like, even the skinnies know that. And I was like, interesting. And then I was just began talking, and he's like, it's the non-skinny people who are saying that. And I'm like, fuck! Like, that is not what I want. I do not want people to think that, because then if they're nominated as a pair, or people might nominate Amelia and me, wanting Amelia out, then renom Ryan. So, it just sucks, because I think I'm a less threat compared to those two. But it's just, like, frustrating, because I don't want to be seen as a trio for them. So I'm going to try and really just, like, isolate myself from them and see where that leads me. But it was interesting to hear from Guy, so I was really appreciative for that information, because I don't think he'd be lying about that. But I know his reputation as a snake. Plans for next week? Not really sure. All I know is I want one of my 6 people that I wanted pre-jury to go home, which is Axel. Let me just write this. PJ pre-jury. Axel, JP, Larry, Kevin, Ryan. Might as well say bloody Robin, just because the host will want to stand woman, so we don't want Marina to go home, do we? So 6 male pre-jurors: Axe, JP, Larry, Kevin, Ryan, and Robin. That is assuming jury starts at 11. That is my plan. So it's just about, for plans for next week, it's just about how I can get one of those people to go home. Because I don't want HOH until the very last portion of the game, if I'm still here, unless I absolutely need it. The only time I will ever gun for HOH is if it's A, completely luck, and like no one knows. B, if someone that the house or I really need to go home this certain week, and it's like a sort of shoot down comp, or like a competition that someone needs to win, so that the person doesn't win. Or 3, when I need to come with a vengeance for someone after being nominated. Those are the only 3 scenarios where I'll ever gun for HOH, because at this point I'm a social player, and making all these relationships and then having to ruin 2, potentially 3 if veto's used, it just doesn't make much sense for me. So all my game is really going to be based on veto for the ones that I play, and then HOHs in those 3 situations. So the plan is to get one of those 6 people out, but not through my HOH, through other HOHs, and veto whoever I need to make sure that those people go home. And my last note here is just to compare to week 1 of my original season. So week 1, I was a lot more naive. I didn't know the game as much. It was my first BB org. And, I think I got into a good spot, because I had my final 2s with Scooby and Gons, and then I had all my other alliances going on. And that was good, because that was a good week, because even though I wasn't in the majority alliance, I wasn't in season 2 in the majority alliance, but that was okay, because I still managed to get to the final 3. But I was a lot less aware of everything that was going on throughout the season. But every voice DR I'm going to sort of compare to the week from my original season. But season 2, week 1 was good, because I built so many relationships, and like the people that went pre-jury were all people I had some sort of relationship with that were but was weaker. Especially like Reef, when he won that HOH and everyone was kind of wanting him out because he was inactive. I built up that relationship with him, so I knew what was going on, which was really fun. I remember being proud of myself for doing that. But yeah, it's different vibe, because it's all-stars, and all these players are exceptional. They're all exceptional players. And, I feel like I'm a lot less caliber than most of them, because A, I don't watch Big Brother, and B, I just feel like a lot of them are older than me, and a lot of them have more maturity, so that in terms of the game, like, they're going to act less irrationally or less lacking strategically, as some people spectating my season like to say I was. So yeah, I need people who are strategic, that are going to help me make the moves that I need to make that are best for my game, but also I'm not going to play anyone's game for them, like Kevin is suggesting I'm doing right now for Amelia. So I'd say which week was better in terms of, for me, I'd like to say that All Stars, this one, was better than Season 2, purely for the fact that I'm in the majority alliance, I believe. There could be other ones, but I doubt it has 8 people. Um, Majority Alliance, and I've got a few little other alliances. Not as many as I probably want, but and I've built up some good relationships with the people who I think are going to be power players. So yeah, I think this voice DR has gone on a little too long. It's all game bot stuff, and I don't like to be a game bot. I like to be funny and like wacky, and normally my edgic for seasons is like OTT, but this definitely leaning towards a strong CP. But yeah, so that's sort of where my thoughts are at. I think Big Brother it's really good to like vocalize your thoughts because it's a much slower pace moving game than Survivor. Because in Survivor only one person's immune every round, and they don't really have the power to do much except be immune. Whereas Big Brother's all about power, who has it, and how you can get some for yourself, even if you don't win comps. So yeah, that's about it. I'll come in with another voice DR next week. I'll probably try to do them every week, just one to recap, and not two like Celeste already filmed. But yeah, I hope those made sense, and I'm gonna go have some dinner because I am fucking hungry. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for listening, if you did, which I'm pretty sure will only be Sam, or maybe Slimy, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, bye guys.